Whoopi's taking you back out on the streets of her hometown of Manhattan for an intimate guided tour to unveil the secrets hiding among the bulls, bears, and billions on Wall Street. All that, hot topics, and more coming up live on The View.
All month long, I'm taking you on this tour of my hometown, the greatest city in the world, New York City. So I headed back out with my friend and tour guide, Nathan Kaufman, to occupy Wall Street in a way. Take a look.
We're here in one of your favorite places here in New York City.
We're down here on Wall Street.
On Wall Street, the heart of the financial district, New York City.
This is where everything happens.
That's right. This is Wall Street right here, this road that's going right in front of us. And Wall Street's named after a 10-foot wall that the Dutch set up here to protect New Amsterdam from any invading British or Native Americans. When the Brits came in, they came in through the harbor, so the wall didn't protect them from anything. Here, this is Federal Hall National Memorial. We were so sure as New Yorkers that we were going to be the capital of the United States, we didn't call it City Hall, we called it Federal Hall.
Wow.
And this is our first Capitol building of New York City. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Well, this is the memorial. This is the site of where it was. So this is where George Washington was inaugurated as our first president of the United States.
Here?
April 30th, 1789. Absolutely.
Wow.
Took the oath of office, turned to the throng of the thousands of people out here on Broad Street, gave a speech. No one could hear one word that he said.
Of course not. It's this big, no amplification, nobody could hear anything.
He had false teeth. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah. Clack, clack, clack.
Exactly.
Hello.
They were made out of wood, animal bone, and teeth of former slaves. Kind of gross, right?
Well, yeah, a little
Imagine
bit.
the breath on this dude?
Well, yeah.
So his first big job as president was to get us out of this incredibly huge war debt that we got ourselves into from the Revolutionary War. This is the first big bailout here in New York. And this ended up culminating into the New York Stock Exchange right over here.
Wow.
Right now we're at the African Burial Ground Monument. We are on top of a massive burial ground for enslaved and free people of African descent. When Trinity Church came into play, this is the oldest church establishment in New York City. It goes back to 1697. They didn't want any Africans buried in their churchyard. So they made this massive burial ground right here, and they didn't keep any records of it. So all the way until 1991, when an archaeologist realized what we were digging on top of, it was African Americans here in New York City who protested and made sure that this turned into a national monument. It's also a state monument and a city.
For all those who are lost, for all those who are stolen, for all those who were left behind, for all those who are not forgotten. They're in our hearts now that we know where they are. When you look and see what 6 acres is, you realize just how important this is. And this is just another part of New York. This is one of the restaurants I've always wanted to come to since I was a little girl. I've never done it.
Really?
I've never dined at Delmonico's.
Me neither.
And the history of New York, really, of the Gilded Age anyway, is all wrapped up in this place. Because did you know that this is the first place that had a printed menu?
And
you did.
We could order a la carte instead of a prefix
That's
menu.
right. Lincoln ate here.
Absolutely.
You know.
Mark Twain.
Everybody.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Everybody.
Oscar Wilde.
Everybody.
Edward VII.
If you had some dough and you were living large, you weren't living large unless you came to Delmonico.
How are you?
I'm good.
Billy Oliva, the executive chef of the Delmonico's restaurant group. So we have our lobster Newburgh. We have our Delmonico steak.
Ooh.
And then coming right behind me here, we have our baked Alaska.
Yay!
I hope you're ready to eat.
Ooh.
This is fantastic.
Oh my God.
It's like butter. It melts in your mouth.
It's butter. Pardon me. I've never been a food person, but I do want to cry about this steak, boy. This steak is good. Oh my goodness. The baked Alaska, I have to try it. Because it's just sitting there. It's just kind of like, hey, Wood. Thus ends yet another adventure in New York. I think it's so good that we should probably try to do another one soon, don't you think?
I think so. Absolutely.
Right.
I'm looking forward to it.
Shall we bump forks?
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, baby.